36 three-point attempts yesterday. Is that a goal of this offense to get a lot of three-point shots up, kind of like how Milwaukee does, or is this offense a little bit more focused on other things?
I mean, we're an offense that takes what the defense is going to give us. If you look at the numbers, the Bucks allow people to shoot a lot of threes. They can test them obviously with their length, but their thought is they do a great job of protecting the paint with their length, and the three-point shots are the shots that are available. Obviously going into the game plan, we saw how they were going to defend Mark. They had played Denver previously. The way they guarded Jokic, we assumed that they would guard Mark that way. And we knew Mark would have a big night from behind the three-point line. He was going to get some open looks, and obviously he took 12 of them, made 6 of them. It was a huge part of the game.
Does it help when three-pointers are being attempted at that rate or being knocked down at that rate, or are there other ways this offense can find a groove as well?
Well, I mean, again, we're not going to be a group that lives and dies by the three. We want to put as much pressure on the paint as we possibly can, and then from there, whatever it creates, we'll take. We got guys who we believe are capable three-point shooters, but to me and us, the more you get to the paint, the more fouls you create, the layups, the free throws, those types of things, they fit with the way we want to play. It helps us play ball control basketball and make teams have to play against our half-court defense. So that's our mindset going into it. We want the game to be in the mud. That's the way we want to play. And those types of things help us. And again, we'll take threes if they're there, though.
Short bench.
Sorry.
I was just going to say short bench last night on the road at a very good team in the East and a very good team in the league. Just how resilient was that win for you guys?
I mean, it's huge. You want cliche and talk about statement wins and those types of things, but when you're building a team and you're setting the foundation of who we want to be, you're going to find yourself in difficult circumstances, and how you respond in those circumstances says, who you are as a group and where your possibilities are. And, the way our guys stood up, giving up a 15-point lead, getting down by 8 points, and they still figured out a way to come back says a lot about them. And once we start to mix, the chemistry and start taking the next steps that we're taking as a group, to have that resiliency and have that toughness, the mental toughness, it gives you an advantage, definitely.
You think that's a fair label, a statement win? Is that fair?
Well, I mean, I think it's a culture-building win, more so than a statement. When you're in adverse conditions like we were there, playing a very good team on their home floor, where they hadn't lost a game yet, you get down in the fourth quarter. The messages that we send to our guys about the culture we're trying to create, it gave them an opportunity to either live those words or give into those words, and they lived them. So in creating that culture, to see guys living it in difficult situations, it's always easy when things are going good, but when things are difficult, how does it work and how do you stand to it? And our guys showed that they were willing to do it.
Now that you guys have seen kind of the class of the West in Golden State and arguably the class of the East in Milwaukee, where does this team fit in among some of the elite teams that are out there right now?
I mean, I think we can beat anybody. Again, we play the style that we play. We defend the way that we want to defend, and we're going to make it difficult on anybody who shows up here. I mean, our guys are committed to that. I mean, it's fun to be around a group of guys who are so prideful in the job that they're doing and care so much more about the team than they do themselves, that they're willing to do whatever it takes to win ball games. You may not always come out on top, but you feel good going into every game knowing that that's the effort your guys are going to put forward.
J.B., coming off of that, to come back in here today to see, with the exception of Dylan, a lot of guys on the court doing something. So like 20 guys were out here practicing.
Yeah, we had a lot of bodies today. Some of the guys were asking questions about all the bodies that showed up today, but I mean, it's good. It means guys are making progress. I was looking at playing Kyle 40 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for guys to have to play. It just gives guys an opportunity to get a blow. You can play harder. You don't have to feel like you're coasting. But it's always good to have your full team back together.
Omri tomorrow?
We'll see tomorrow morning. Yeah. But our expectations are yes.